Recently, Atlas announced Shin Megami Tensei V with Vengeance, a new enhanced version of SMT 5, like how Persona 5 Royal is to P5, but instead with some major changes. For starters, this game is going to be multi-platform. This is huge, seeing as SMT 5 was only on the Switch, and quite frankly, it ran pretty bad. The game very much fluctuated between like 20 to 30 FPS when I was playing, and this is largely due to the fact that visually it looked amazing, almost too good for the Switch to run. And to top it off, it means the game is more accessible as it's coming to every platform. That includes PC, PS4, PS5, and Xbox. This means anyone who didn't have a Switch before and couldn't play SMT5 can now experience it for the first time. It's also a great way for new fans or people looking to try out SMT to get into this series, as it will be available on literally every modern platform. The second thing to talk about is the new stuff the game is adding. SMT5R is adding a whole new story route to the game with roughly 80 hours of content. The beginning parts of the game have some new scenes from the look of things, but the major changes are the middle and ending parts of the game. This is huge considering the fact that the main complaints of the game are both the story and the fact that the best part of the game was the beginning, as it fell off later. The trailer features new characters, new areas, and they even talked about there being new dungeons, bosses, and more demons to the game. For a game that's supposed to be an enhanced version of SMT5, they're really going all out. The scale and amount of content they're adding looks like it could be a whole new game in terms of scale. If you compare it to, for example, Persona 5 Royal, that game adds a few new scenes, some quality of life, a new dungeon, some new music and new bosses, whereas this game seems to completely change the story. Speaking of it, the game also adds new quality of life, most notably being able to save anywhere rather than save points. You're also able to redistribute your stats into your main character. They also mentioned the max level cap is going to be 160 instead of the usual 99. This makes me consider how much content they're adding. Are we actually going to need the full level 160 for certain fights, or is it just their side content, like Twisted Tokyo and SMT4 Apocalypse? Speaking of Apocalypse, there also seems to be new DLC coming to the game, one of which features Dagda from SMT4A, and as far as I'm aware, all the old DLC from the original SMT5 is going to be put into the base game. This is great because having to repay for the DLC would be really frustrating. As much as I normally hate first day DLC, this seems to be both cheap and just a minor side thing, so I'm not too fussed. Anyway, I'm pretty excited for this game and will be playing it and covering it when I beat it. The game is coming out June 22nd, which is surprising as they also have another major release later in the year. Atlas are really pushing out so many high quality games this year. It's quite impressive and I'm pretty excited for it. If you've never played any SMT game or never played SMT5 before, this is a good game to start with, so make sure to check it out. Anyway, that's it. See you next time. Peace.